has become both alarming, deeply embarrassing. Hardly any part of Nigeria can still be described as truly safe. The security crisis is worsening by the day, and increasingly it is the terrorists, not the state, who appear to be dictating the pace of events. This, Nigerians, is very unacceptable. As Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Bola Tinubu needs to rise up to the occasion and act decisively. This is not about politics. He needs to work. What exactly does he want to campaign on in 2027 if the lives and properties of the people he promised to give good governance to is no longer in existence? 2 people were killed. From June, bandits stormed Ayegunle Bunu community in Kaba Bunu local government area of Kogi State. They kidnapped about 25 people, including passengers traveling in a commercial bus. In Oyo State, the same thing happened with teachers, one beheaded and other people still in captivity. In Plateau State, the bloodletting has become disturbingly frequent. Several attacks in recent weeks has left more than 100 people dead. It's actually quite underreported. Now, on the 31st of May, terrorists invaded Gwom Ajang village in Foron district, killing 8 people and injuring 15 others. The victims were buried in a mass grave on June 2nd amid anguish and despair. This was also witnessed during the Easter period. It was particularly tragic. Terrorists unleashed mayhem across Benue, Plateau, Kaduna, and Borno states. It was terrible. In Katsina State, insecurity struck even at the heart of the country's security establishment. Terrorists ambushed and abducted a former director of Defense Information, Rabi Abubakar Basari, a retired Major General, and his wife on the Maraba Musawa Kafin Soli Highway in Matazu local government area on May 30. In Oyo, terrorists kidnapped the younger sister of the immediate past Minister of Power, Adelabu Adebayo, and her twin sons. Well, fortunately, they have been released. It is quite unfortunate as things have become. Just yesterday, also, a health worker in Benue was macheted, beheaded. This terrorist ran away with a head. The same thing too in Oriwe local government area of Oyo State. And we're even hearing reports of another attack in Magu, where they say, accordingly to what transpired recently, that these terrorists went to a mining site, captured the people working there, killed the army personnel stationed there, and while they were on their way to their destination, they met another military operative who obviously started an exchange of fire with them, and rather than having to either fight these military men, decided to murder those that they had captured. There are talks that several dead bodies were in a truck. We're still waiting for the security personnel to validate that particular report, but this happened yesterday. Up till now, no official reports from the security agencies, despite videos circulating across several media platforms. It is actually disheartening and unimpressive of the government. Meanwhile, the president has said it is important for Nigerians to work together with the government and that insecurity is something that they can work on together. He also said Nigerians should stop insulting their country. They should work in unity and speak well of the country. Let's take a listen to the president.
This is your country. Don't condemn it in sermons. Don't abuse the nation. Leadership are meant for changes. Yes, this leader is bad, fine. Wait on. This is your country. Don't condemn it in sermons. Don't abuse the nation. Leadership are meant for changes. Yes, this leader is bad, fine. Wait until it's time to renew his mandate and say no. But don't condemn your country. Don't curse Nigeria. It's a beautiful land of prosperity.
All right, that was the president speaking and addressing Nigerians to stop insulting their country or speaking ill of the country. He admitted, yes, you have a bad leader, so but speak well of the country. Well, the president's Nigerian government has admitted that inflation and insecurity remains major challenges confronting millions of Nigerians despite a series of economic and fiscal reforms introduced by the president in 2023. The acknowledgement came today during a press conference held in Abuja as part of activities marking the 2026 Democracy Day celebration at Nigeria's 27 years of uninterrupted democratic governance. Speaking at the briefing, the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, admitted that Nigerians were still grappling with the impact of rising living costs and persistent security threats, but insisted that the government's policies were beginning to produce measurable results. Nigerians have come out to say Tinubu must go. All he has said has been lies, lies, and lies. Nigerians are left with nothing other than to protect themselves. This has led to the House of Rep members summoning service chiefs Nuhu Ribadu over worsening insecurity in the country, and accountability of money is given to the security agency to combat insecurity. There was a resolution passed today during the adoption of a motion sponsored by a lawmaker representing Gumi Bukuyum Federal Constituency of Zamfara State, Suleiman Gumi. The lawmakers expressed concern over the continued wave of killings, kidnappings, bandit attacks, terrorism, and other violent crimes across the country, despite repeated assurances from security agencies and the federal government. They summoned Nuhu Ribadu. They summoned the service chiefs to appear before the lawmakers to brief them on efforts being made to tackle insecurity. The summons followed growing public outrage over recent attacks in schools in Oyo and Borno states, where dozens of pupils, teachers, and school workers were abducted by armed groups. In the same vein, the Senate is asking and proposing for a 6-year single term for presidency and governors. This was moved by the Senate leader Okpeyemi Bamidele, saying a new bill will be presented that proposes a single 6-year tenure for presidents and state governors after the 2027 general elections. He said the plan is aimed at changing the current system where elected leaders can serve 2 terms. Bamidele explained that the proposal will be one of the first bills he intends to bring forward when the next Senate begins. He said the idea is to allow leaders focus fully on governing instead of spending time preparing for re-election. According to him, the present 2-term arrangement often pushes office holders to start political planning early in their first term, which reduces the time they spend on governance. He said that under the proposed system, a leader would serve only 1 term of 6 years. This, he noted, would remove the pressure of seeking a second term and allow full attention on delivering results from the start of their tenure. Nigerians have called out Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government by saying, why was this proposal not moved from the onset, so that at least it would not seem that it is only Bola Ahmed Tinubu's term that they intend to run for 8 years before this new proposal? Well, some critics believe that it's a good thing. Others believe that no, it's not. It's not something they consider to be achievable, especially now that by 2031, it will be the time of the North. There are also accusations that the Northerners or the Northern region may not want that to take place. But Nigerians are hopeful of a better future in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot going on in the political space, with Babachir Lawal being lambasted by the All Progressives Congress as well as the ADC and Atiku supporters. There are even talks that Babachir Lawal was demanding millions of naira from Atiku Abubakar, but that because Atiku refused to give him the money, Babachir Lawal decided to come out to start making bigoted statements against him. Kenneth Okonkwo is also crying out on several media forums, calling out Peter Obi either for fraud, defamation, or even saying that Peter Obi is working for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration. Kwankwaso has come out to express his confidence with working with Peter Obi, believing that they intend to relieve Nigeria from the doldrum of misgovernance, and promising and believing that after 2027 and 2031, Peter Obi and the Obilians will actually support based on the agreement they have had in the NDC. He also denounced the statement that he was leaving the NDC due to certain reasons by saying that indeed concessions must be made. My guest this evening is Mr. Segun Shukwita. Mr. Shukwita, good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
How are
Thank
you?
you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I like this, your white beard.
It's in don't do this
Yeah, they say people with white beards
don't
are
tell.
very smart. Obviously, I know that.
No, they say they have money.
Yes, and a hen, and they have. Oh, so you know.
I know. No.
And you have money, Mr. Shegun. You're just falling humble. Mr. Shagu Shokpito, good evening.
Good evening.
It's glad to have you with me in the studio.
It's good to be
Anytime you come in, your intellectual analysis is like a breath of fresh air.
Whining
You always
now.
come. I'm not whining you.
Whine
A lot of
you.
persons can attribute what I'm saying. You come from a different angle. Some may
Thank
not
you.
agree with you, which is normal.
Yeah.
But some may actually agree with you. Mr. Shagun, let me first of all start off with this. Tinubu's government is looking very weak and vulnerable in resolving the situation of insecurity. It's become so bad that these terrorists are the ones demanding and dictating what they want. At the government of the day, the military seems overstretched with recent killings that have been going on. And it feels like there are moles within the military. We saw what happened last week. 8 soldiers were slaughtered. How did they know locations? And then the same soldiers are complaining that allowances that had been, proposed and approved by the president is no longer being given to them. In fact, they complain that since the president increased their salaries, that salary has not been implemented officially. Like their superiors are eating their money or suppressing them. And I made reference to a young man called Justice Crack, who actually made a similar claim just 2 months ago because he was in DSS custody for a very long time. Soldiers who were on the front line sent him videos and pictures of their ordeal, and the fact that what they give them as allowance is not something that a dog, if a human being has a dog, can survive with on a daily. And because of that, the DSS took him off for a very long time, and they asked him to produce the soldiers. Obviously, they kept those soldiers in detainment, or in the guard room for exposing what they exposed. This obviously is a vulnerability in the military sector. It took all of this for the House of Reps to summon the security chiefs. Mr. Shaku Shokpito, it's not the first time the Senate or the House of Reps have summoned the security chiefs, but at the end of the day, nothing turns out of it. What do you think is the problem?
That's a deep question you're asking, because you are taking us to the fundamentals, and I think that it's the way we should look at this. If we want to look at it from the surface, we'll deal with the corruption, within the security architecture of the country, the commercialization of death and insecurity.
Okay.
The fact that for as long as this insecurity persists, some people are going to be smiling to the bank. People who are stakeholders in the security system of the country and who are charged with the duty and the responsibility of protecting Nigerians and their collaborators. But that's as serious as that sounds. That's superficial. And that's the scary part of this. The scary part is that those things that I just said now, ordinarily, are things that are earth-shattering and should create rumbles and earthquakes, and all of that, to say, people are making money off death of ordinary citizens. That's a profound statement. But unfortunately, it's no longer profound in Nigeria. I mean, it's become almost common knowledge. It's not some sort of unusual insight. It's something that everybody says and everybody has realized appears to be a reality. So for me, I want to go deeper than that and to say that our problem, the reason that this is not being addressed, is that our political leaders don't care about us. That this president and the ones that preceded him, with no exception, do not care about Nigerians and are only interested in political office and in their hold on power and in their access to the treasury and the loot for themselves and for their acolytes and for their friends, and family and so on and so forth. And that's our problem.
Up to now,
yes,
with the United States telling us we have up to now,
yes,
with the United States telling us we have about 30,000 Fulani ethnic militia who are the ones responsible for what is going on at the trenches of our terrain, and beyond that, we'll have about 30 different terrorist cells operating in Nigeria. And according to what Al Rufai said when he went to Chatham House, we only have about 2,000 soldiers.
2,000. You
That's
mean
what El-Rufai said.
200,000.
That was what El-Rufai said.
Our military personnel, depending on what source you want to quote, people would say range between 250 to 300,000.
Well, what El-Rufai said on...
I mean, how can you say that we have 2,000?
Understated. He made that statement in Chatham House.
That's ridiculous.
When they were campaigning in 2023,
yeah.
which made everybody get
it must have been
worried.
No. It must have been a slip of tongue. I mean, there is no way. 2,000 soldiers. You know what 2,000 is?
Exactly.
That's
Very
nothing.
small.
That's nothing. So obviously, it must have been a mistake. But then that speaks to the point that, look, if it is in terms of capacity, I think people don't understand, the might of a state, that a government of a country, no matter how small that country is, within the territory of that country, is almost all powerful. The common saying is that the only thing that comes before a government in any country is God.
Very true.
After God is government. You can't fight the government, right? So I, for 1 second, do not believe that our military does not have the capacity to decimate any insecurity issue that it is confronted with. And we have evidence of this. 6 weeks. It took 6 weeks. Good luck, Jonathan. It took him 6 weeks to clear up the Boko Haram threat so that we could have elections in 2015. Up until that, the terrorists were already in Abuja. I don't know if we understand how serious that is. They were in Abuja. They were bombing Yanya Market, Emma Plaza, the United Nations building, this day house, and all of that. 6 weeks. INEC came out and said we can't hold elections in certain parts of the country, and therefore we can't hold elections at all. And they postponed elections with the specific intent of destroying these terrorists, and they did. So that is all the evidence that you need, that any time that the state called Nigeria, the country, the machinery called Nigeria decides to take this threat on, we will take it on and we will decimate them. The power and the might of the federal government is significantly superior to any combatant who is not in itself, a sovereign power, a sovereign authority. So, for example, if you want to fight the United States of America now, we can't. They're superior to us. If you want to fight maybe, any other nuclear power, any other global power, you say they're superior to us. Not terrorists who are being funded, I don't care how sophisticated, their funding networks, their connections to ISIS and all of that. I don't care about all of that. It doesn't matter. This is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The government can decimate these people. The reason it is not happening is that our lives, the lives of Nigerians, is seen as dispensable by the political class. And they are playing politics with it. Let me ask you a question. Look, to solve the security problem, you can't do it without decentralization of our security system. Nigeria is too big. It's almost 1 million square kilometers of land. So a federal force, whether police or military, that is sitting in Abuja with garrisons and formations and commands in different parts of the country cannot secure this country internally. It's impossible. So the solution obviously is to decentralize. This president was an avid campaigner for decentralization, for devolution of powers.
Yes, he was.
All the way up until 2014.
So what changed?
This was the song this man was singing from 1999.
So what changed?
Including when he was governor in Lagos, he was still singing it. In fact, it's one of the things that they used to campaign for his presidency, to say, look, this guy fought the federal power and freed Lagos from the clutches of the center fiscally, right? Fiscal federalism. All of a sudden, what changed? You say what changed? All of a sudden, the APC comes into power in 2014, and first of all, the thing became an academic exercise where El-Rufai was mouthing it, and they were talking of putting some sort of committee together. And then all of a sudden, fiscal federalism, true federalism, devolution of powers disappeared. To the point now where the president, the most powerful president in the world, has now become a motivational speaker on state police. He has now become a preacher. He is now an encourager. He encourages the National Assembly to quickly look into the issue of state police. Excuse me. You are the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. All you need is one executive bill. One executive bill amending the constitution with regards to the composition of the state police.
Why has he not done that?
Because
you have the entire Senate working at your whim.
Exactly. Because if he does that, he's going to step on toes.
What toes?
The toes that are going to bring him back in 2027 and in 2031.
I'm sorry. The president said, or the presidency said, that they don't have any cabal controlling them. The cabals in charge are the cabals of his people.
Sure.
There's the Femi Gbajabiamila cabal.
Sure.
There's the Remi Tinubu cabal.
Sure.
There's the Sheyi Tinubu cabal.
Yeah.
And obviously the president himself. These people make decisions, strategic decisions, or whatever for the presidency. So what tools does he need if he actually campaigned with this?
Yeah. In order to win elections, you need state governors. I mean, according to Obasanjo, this is not me. This is not my opinion.
That's true.
Former President Obasanjo said you cannot win any election in this country as a president without the governors at the states. And the more governors you have, the easier it will be for you to claim victory. Right? This is somebody that should know. He knows what he's saying. Right? So if the president goes against the bidding and the wishes, you know what will happen? If you have state police, all of a sudden, the governor becomes the chief security officer of his state. And there is no more shaking of responsibility.
Or having to speak with the president
yes,
to do anything.
And to blame the center and to blame the president. So there is a school of thought that says that the governors don't want it. The same way that they don't want local government autonomy. You know? So there's a lot of politicking going on.
The governors don't want it.
There is a school
But
of thought.
they're the ones who complain that they wish they had the opportunity to be in charge of state security so they can handle these things.
They want to be able to continue to complain like that. Because responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. And these guys are not interested in that responsibility. If you give them that responsibility, what happens to the security vote? Because right now the security vote is their own. Yeah. They do whatever they please with it, and they don't have to account for it.
And
so if you have state police,
anyway.
yes. So so the issue is that it's a political issue, and the political class are not interested in resolving it. They would rather focus their attention on the next election. If the president wants, I said the last time, and one of the callers was saying I was not even realistic enough that it can be done in a week.
Don't be funny.
No. I'm saying that the person thought that maybe I was even underestimating. The reason I say I'm saying that if the president wants state police today, we can have it in 6 weeks. 6 weeks. And the reason I say 6 weeks is that it is not as simple as just passing an act of the National Assembly. According to the Constitution, in order to amend the Constitution, you need 2/3 of the state houses of assembly to vote yes for any amendment of the Constitution. So that's some work.
But now he has it.
So the president has 31 or 32 governors.
Exactly, and even the Senate
who control their state houses of assembly. The Senate president is his houseboy and his son, according to the Senate president himself. Right? The House of Reps speaker is a lackey of the president. So that's why I say that if the president wants state police, within 6 weeks we will have it. So if you hear the president urging the National Assembly to quickly look into the matter of state police and pass it, he's basically playing political rhetoric, and he's not serious. He's not serious about the security of this country. He's not serious about the lives of Nigerians. And in fact, the man said it with his own mouth. The audacity with which these people insult us, with which this particular president speaks to us, clearly showing that he's not afraid of Nigerians, and he doesn't care for what we think about what he says. This man said that the insecurity is political, and that it is designed for them not to campaign. And that whether they like it or not, he is going to campaign.
Because he's stronger politician.
How can a president say that in a country where on a daily basis 10, 15 Nigerians are being slaughtered? Where at this moment now we have in excess of maybe 500 to 600 people in captivity in different bandit camps. And the president is talking about campaigns. So we have a problem on our hands. The reason this insecurity issue is a problem is because our president and everybody around him and the political class from top to bottom, with a few exceptions obviously, because we can't overgeneralize, don't care. They are not interested in solving this problem.
My God.
The day they decide to solve it, it will go.
So what is the essence of all the narratives about, Tinubu has reforms, these reforms are this, the administration of the president is that, we're looking structural, everything is good, we're going to do better, vote us in 2027. The supporters say it's enemies who are not patient to see the workings of this administration come to light. So what is the essence of all of that? Why that kind of deceit?
A president that will change Nigeria needs to reform Nigeria. There's no doubt about that. But the reforms that we need is not foreign exchange reform and subsidy reform.
Or borrowings.
I mean, he's reforming our borrowing upside down. He's on reforming our borrowing. This president has borrowed more money.
It's about 200 trillion naira.
I mean, he has borrowed more money
in 4 years
than all the previous presidents since this fourth republic started combined.
Yeah.
In 3 years. In 3 years. It's shocking. So the reforms, these so-called reforms, we're basically scratching the surface. Nigeria will not change because we remove subsidy. Nigeria is not going to change because we liberalize the foreign exchange system. Nigeria will change if we fundamentally reform the country, starting with the constitution. So it is a shock for me, part of me, another part of me, I'm not surprised at all, that a president that has been preaching reform, constitutional reform, for his entire political career, starting from Nadeko days, all of a sudden is a motivational speaker on these same reforms and is now boasting about economic reforms that has made the lives of people harder. Nonsense! If President Tinubu wanted to change Nigeria fundamentally, as soon as he got into office, he would have gone after that constitution with the same energy, with the same courage, with the same determination that he went after subsidy. On day one, on that his speech, he will attack the constitution and give a clarion call to the legislature across the entire country that we are here to change this country fundamentally. So, look, this man is business as usual. The man is just there to feather his nest, get into office for a second term, do as much as he can for himself and his people, and as we're already beginning to see, maybe attempt to get a third term and become a life president.
That third term, unless Tinubu wants a civil war, he can't do that.
I'm just saying that the man does not really care about reforms. He doesn't care about legacy, about the opportunity, like all of them have missed, the opportunity to be the father and founder of modern Nigeria. The same way President Obasanjo missed that opportunity. He missed the golden chance in 1999. Between 1999 and 2007, Obasanjo could have transformed and completely turned around the trajectory of this country, and he would have been a hero today. He just scratched the surface, played politics with the rest, and went his own way, JJ, and now has now become a pontificator that just speaks and, he thinks that he is a moral authority when he himself, did nothing, and so on and so forth. So, Nigerians eventually one day, I know it will happen. I just don't know when or how. I don't know when or how, but one day Nigerians will get tired and they will say no.
Mr. Segun, the Senate leader, because speaking of the Constitution, has proposed a 6-year single term. That because whenever presidents or political leaders acquire power, constitutionally anyway, that they start focusing on the next electoral cycle rather than focusing on governance and implementing what they campaigned on and their manifestos. He made that statement that he said that, yes, a lot of persons may not agree, but he feels that once you're coming to do just 6 years, you focus on restructuring, transforming, on everything you promised Nigerians, and you'll be held accountable for that. But that what we have seen is that whenever anybody comes to power, instead of them focusing, they're already focusing on the next electoral cycle. So Nigerians now came out and said, Mr. Bamide, it's like you're speaking to your principal, because you literally just described exactly what is going on with the APC and with the president. But then why don't you start this with this administration? Why didn't you kick off this idea from 2023 when the president started? So, okay, we'll know that this is what can be done with the constitution. But you want Bola Ahmed Tinubu to finish 8 years, which is the 8-year term, and then any other person coming on will take 6 years single term.
Where did he tell you is any other person? Where in anything that Okoyemi Bamidele said did he refer to any other person?
So what are you saying? Sir, Tinubu is old now. He can't do more than the 2 terms he wants to do.
Okoyemi Bamidele, I read that thing. I went to check everywhere to look for the speeches and the things that have been said about it. It is very clearly devoid of a caveat that should have followed it. What should have followed come along with that statement by him is a declaration. He hasn't presented any bill.
Yes.
But he should have been assuring Nigerians ab initio that it will not act retroactively. That it will not be retroactive. He didn't. And there's a reason for that. Okoyemi Bamidele is a part of the Lagos cabal. He's a Tinubu boy. And we all know this. He served in Lagos. So whatever he's doing, if you like, just see it as an independent and random event. Good luck to you. Nigeria, when the national anthem of Nigeria was changed, unceremoniously, disrespectfully, and rudely by this president, I was singing, I was screaming, I was shouting. People say, what's the big deal? Okay, first of all, I don't agree with the old national anthem that is now the new national anthem, because
Nigeria will hail thee.
There is a reason it was changed. The reason we moved from that Nigeria will hail thee is that it was composed by our colonial masters who called us tribesmen. You know, insults in our own anthem. So the military in their wisdom changed it, and then this president just came out of the blues, just like that. It was a rude awakening. You know, it was the first time that I realized we're in trouble. Not because the anthem was changed, but the manner in which it was done. And I'm telling you now that, like I said then, this is testing. Oh. If we don't resist this, if we don't, as a country, as a people, raise outrage and anger, collective outrage, public anger against that action, then the man will know that the coast is clear and that they can do and undo and do anything and nothing will happen. So that was a testing. They were testing the waters, and now the major action is beginning to show its face. Have you noticed why is Okoyemi Bamidele saying it now, on the eve of the election that is supposed to be an election into the president's final term? Should he win?
Democracy Day is on Friday.
Good. So there's something about the timing of this that we need to watch, and we need to be wary of.
But you know, Peter Obi made a statement, something like this. He said that's what he's running for. Constitutionally, you just need 4 years. And if anyone is serious and concerned, determined enough, you can be impactful. Just like he said, whatever anybody wants to do with the kind of powers the president has, he needs just 6 weeks. So if you're deliberate in what you're doing, there's a lot of transformation that can be achieved in 4 years. But this same administration that is proposing 6 years single term, and the fact that the 8-year or 2-term agenda distracts whoever is in power from their first term from doing the needful, is proposing something similar to what Peter Obi promised. So would you call it hypocrisy or what?
It's not similar. He's proposing 6 years.
Yeah.
And there's a huge difference between 4 years and 6 years. I don't think 4 years is enough.
Okay.
I've served in different capacities, not in public office, not in elective office. And I know how time can fly.
Okay.
Right? Before you blink, before you settle down, 1 year is gone. Right? Before you try and understand what's on ground, you have consultations and meetings with the different stakeholders, ministers, parastatal heads. We have hundreds of parastatals, 4,000 or thereabouts elected parastatal appointees. Imagine the president needing to, either meet with those people or have the ministers meet with them and then report to him and all of that. It takes time, right? So I don't think 4 years is enough. And I don't think there's anything wrong with the 2-year tenure. I think, Okoyemi Bamidele saying that is just being clever by half, and I think it's nonsensical and stupid. with all due respect to him, in other countries, other African countries where we've had dictators, they have played with all of these different structures of office, of the term of office, and the longest serving dictators, they amend their constitution, they move from 6 year single term, they will change it to 7 year single term. Some will say it's, all sorts of experiments. At the end of the day, the beauty of democracy is the say of the people. And the concept of a 2 year term, a 2-term, 4 year term.
4 year 2-term.
4 year, two terms of 4 years.
Okay.
The concept behind it is a reward and punishment system, which is critical in terms of participation of the people. To say to you that if you do well in your first 4 years, we'll reward you with another 4 to do more. If you fail, we'll remove you. A single 6 year term, yes, it saves you from the concept of politicking, but the problem with that is that you are not accountable to anybody.
Yeah,
Once
so
you have been elected from day one, you know that there's nothing anybody can do to you unless they impeach you. And impeachment, as we have seen, even in the most advanced democracies, is very difficult. As horrible as some people thought Donald Trump was, as scandalous as Bill Clinton was when he served, they couldn't remove them. Yes, they impeached, one house impeached, but the second house that will now ratify the impeachment and turn it into a removal from office, they couldn't do it in the most advanced democracy. So impeachment doesn't really work anywhere. So to have a single 6 year term, you are basically just giving whoever wins that election a free pass to do nothing. Now, the counter argument to that will be no now, where his political party will lose if he doesn't do well. Who told you he cares?
He doesn't care.
He doesn't care. You can see what Donald Trump is doing now. He's fighting. He's doing the exact opposite of what he promised during his campaign. Say no, forever wars. We'll not start any wars in
America
blah, blah, blah.
First.
America first and all of that. The man is waging war, even though he's trying to get out of it now. He has realized there is a problem. But he can't get out.
Iran is not...
they're not backing down. They're not backing down. So Donald Trump entered that war. Why? He's in his final term. They have asked him. Imagine a president telling a reporter that I don't care about prices. I don't care about fuel price. I'm not interested in all of those things. Iran cannot have nuclear weapon. Finish. How can a president who... The reason he can say that is that he doesn't care about the midterm elections and he knows that he doesn't have any other time to worry about. He can just do anyhow. So if you have a single term of 6 years, you are giving that person a free pass.
And economically, it's not even affecting the US, because they have their reserves. But it's affecting
them too. It's affecting everybody. But, for me, staying at home is just that the 6 year single term is a terrible idea. We need multiple terms so that we can give the people the power to reward or punish the elected officials. And then this idea of floating this thing just before the next election without giving a clear guarantee that it will not apply to the incumbents is dangerous, and we need to call it out. We shouldn't allow... See, they're flying kites. So we need to let them know that we hear them loud and clear, and they say no.
Because they use it to test.
They're testing the waters. So President Tinubu, if he wins, because there's no guarantee that he will win this election. If he wins, there's no guarantee. I mean, look, people are unhappy.
But it doesn't mean
people are unhappy.
On that election, they don't collect money.
I agree. But there's no guarantee. The only guarantee we have is today. Nobody knows tomorrow. So there's a possibility that he will not win in 6 months or 7 months' time, right? Even if he wins, he needs to understand very clearly that a third term is a no as far as Nigeria is concerned, and if he tries it, there's going to be a problem. I think it's better to just put it that way so that somebody will not come and say we're saying something else. If he tries it, there will be a problem in this country. So he shouldn't try it. It's important for all of us to speak with unison and say to him, we hear you loud and clear. We are not deceived by whatever it is that Okwemi Bamidele is saying. We know what you are doing. You are flying a kite, you are testing the waters, and we're saying to you, no, let our democracy breathe. You can do your 2 terms. You will go. Nigeria must remain. You must go so that somebody else can come and try. Even if you do 2 times, no wahala. 4 years will fly by. I mean, look, was it not just like yesterday that we did 2023? Are we not already doing another one?
Exactly.
So if he does the second term and he fails, then he will go away. We know he's not coming back. So this flight, this kite they are flying, they should dead it very quickly. They should kill it. And they should allow our democracy to breathe. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I'm sorry, Esther. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu prides himself. He always says it is a Democrat.
Yeah.
He needs to demonstrate it. This is the time for him to show that he truly believes in democracy and is not a dictator and an autocrat that is hiding in sheep's clothing.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a very short break. The Evening Rush continues. My name is Esther Machu. You'll be listening to Mr. Segun Shokpita. He's a political and national affairs commentator, also an economist as well. Do kindly stay with us.
Lagos, are you ready for an overflow like never before?
It's the Interdenominational Hour of Revival Lagos and the Ministers, Leaders and Business Conference.
Hosted by Bishop David Abioye, get set for a divine encounter with the theme Exceeding Grace.
Grace that breaks limits, grace that lifts you higher, grace that changes your story.
Date Thursday 25th to Friday 26th June 2026.
Time 9 a.m. and 5:30 p.m. daily.
Venue the Grand Joy Event Center, 17 Billings Way, Oregun, Ikeja, Lagos.
This is your moment for supernatural advancement, your moment for kingdom empowerment.
Ministers, leaders, business minds, step into your next level by grace.
Don't just hear about it, be there and experience it live. Hour of Revival Lagos, Exceeding Grace. Don't miss it.
You are listening to your number one station, the Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Do not touch that dial.
House dey dark and NEPA bill dey choke. E dey worry you as e dey affect your business. So no turn don come. Imagine say you wake up for morning, light no shake, fridge don block, business no get wahala, everything dey okay. No be dream o. With Yohaku, na you dey control your light. Yohaku dey sell gas cooker, freezer, fridge, and dem go furnish you with modern kitchen o. Whether na inverter, batteries, panels, smart street lights, be na solar AC system wey you wan use for house, business, abi for industrial work, Yohaku stand chim to help you. Bye to NEPA bill. No wait till transformer go spoil again o. Oh yeah, run call Yohaku for 070-121-30260 or 080-324-82573, or you fit to call 080-669-60066. For Lagos, we there for shop F1179 industrial section, or Alaba International Market, or shop G6 electronic section, Alaba International Market, Headline, Uche Ubochi Plaza, Abuja office na Corporate 13, Dubai International Market, back of Games Village, Karo District for Abuja. For Port Harcourt, we're there for number 51, Oporo Road, Eziowa Elite Trade Center for River State. Yohaku. Website na www.yohakuproducts.com. Online store na www.yohakustore.com. Yohaku. From sun to earth, we dey make your mind dey coole.
To the city's number one super dial, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos.
Hello, Mrs. Martins.
Yes. Oh, Mrs. Johnson, how may I help you?
Junior's body temperature is high and he's complaining about headaches and body aches.
Not to worry. Get Bruston and suspension.
Okay, ma. I'll call you back.
Bruston and Suspension for Children is a sweet-tasting brand of ibuprofen which provides relief against toothache, pains, and fever in children after 30 minutes.
Hello, ma. Oh, Junior, stop that.
Is everything okay, Mrs. Johnson?
Yes, ma. Junior is fine now. In fact, Junior, sorry, ma. I'll call you back.
Brustin and Suspension for Children. Always take the product after meal. If symptoms persist after 2 days, consult your doctor. A quality product from Rambaxay.
My people, oh, why you dey suffer for darkness when better solution dey? Fuel don cost, generator noise too much, but now steady light don easy. Na why Casco Electronic Company Limited dey here for you. We dey import and supply original solar product wey you fit trust. powerful inverters, dry cell batteries, tubular and lithium batteries, charge controllers, solar panels, solar fridge, solar pumping machines, solar AC, solar lights, and many more. Whether not for your household, or for your office, or not for your church, your shop, or your business, Casco gets quality solar solution where go save your money and give you constant power supply. No fake product, no disappointment. Now original quality at affordable prices. Run come, make you visit our head office at FL 505 beside Union Bank, Alaba International Market, Ojo, Lagos, and other offices all over Nigeria. Make you call us for the phone number 0806 198 9695 or 0902 368 4970. Casco Electronic Company Limited, powering your life with reliable solar energy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is still the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. So there's something I want you guys to help me do. We're streaming live on YouTube. Please kindly drop your comments there. I'm so sorry. Do WhatsApp. We have a situation and the technical team, or the IT team actually, not technical team, they are working on it, on the system that helps us receive your WhatsApp messages. So a lot of you may have noticed that you've been sending WhatsApp messages to make comments on based on the conversation we've been having, and you would notice that it's not been delivering. Maybe just showing you one stroke. So if you're working on it, so right now we're streaming live. Drop your comments on YouTube. If you drop a comment that is derogatory, insulting or whatever, I wouldn't read it out. Okay, so we're streaming on YouTube at VOP 903 FM. We're live, so go there, drop your comments. Thank you so much. All right, let's take a listen to this, please.
When the primaries took him as a vice president, the man won his election.
He won the governorship election before he was taken as the vice president.
He won the governorship election when they rigged out by Balatakaya. You're not a man, don't go into history, you don't know. That's the problem, you see.
But that's a
you
fact.
See from here, from
that's a fact. That's a fact.
Fact from where? Why are you being more factual?
Was he announced as a winner or not in Adamawa at that election?
But I know what happened there. The guy has been at it all his life.
An election rigger.
What is the problem?
That's what you think he is.
He rigged up Balatakaya for that election. That's been on. We are Adamawa indigenous. We know ourselves.
But those who say Atiku was a very good vice president. You disagree?
When Obasanjo gave him the authority to practically run the government, how did it end up? They ended up as friends, Abi.
Isn't this some kind of hypocrisy, as some of your people have described it? You served under President Muhammadu Buhari, a Fulani man, as SGF.
Yes.
How do you reconcile now that you don't think that a Fulani man is fit enough?
This Fulani man, not a Fulani man. This Fulani man.
This particular one. What did Atiku do to you? Is this personal?
How can it be? I told you that all my life, I want Nigeria to be good. I can see, I can prophesy. I can see the danger we are going into with our eyes closed by making this man a president. I can see it. And it's incumbent on me to point it out, whether you like it or not, whether you call it ethnic profiling, whether you call it lying. It's my duty. I think I was born for a time like this. And I have no apologies to make. I will point out to Nigerians the dangers that an Atiku Abubakar presidency will pose to this country. It's one vote I have. I'll use that vote.
You've been wrong.
He rigged it, he wrote it. Why are you sitting here and saying Bola Tinubu won election?
But he was declared a winner because INEC said he won.
Declaring somebody who
in the first place said he won. Supreme Court said he won.
I'm talking English grammar.
I'm talking facts.
No. Let's talk English grammar. You won means you won. You are declared is a different thing. That you won and that you are declared winner is not.
You said ADC should not feel.
If they want to win election, is there?
And you think that you said that it will be defeated.
What's with them now?
That Atiku will.
They have studies.
You think Tinubu will?
They have studies, surveys that give them the results.
If you are not working with Atiku, are you able to work with Peter Obi?
Can't I stay in my house and watch?
I'm just asking you.
No, but you are making it look like we must always.
I'm asking for your options.
My options are there. First of all, I'm back to the farm now. I'm so happy that this year, because I'm there watching the planting, I've been able to plant 400 hectares of land with granite because I was there.
All right, that was Babachila, former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, on the late Muhammadu Buhari, also a former ADC chieftain who came out to call out Atiku Abubakar, called him a fool, and a bigot, says that Tinubu is way better than Atiku is. Atiku is an election rigger, said quite a lot. However, there's now a rebuttal from the ADC, someone who is a very close ally of Atiku Abubakar, who is accusing Babachila of demanding for about 5 billion naira from Atiku, and Atiku refused, and that's the reason why Babachila is vituperated. Let's take a listen to this.
That disgraces president. His action disgraced Mr. President, not only nationally but globally, and Mr. President had to ease him out of office. The records are there to speak for him. So people like that lack integrity. Now, let's now come down to what happened. Babachila is an elder in Adamawa and in the north, but he had never acted like one. I'll bring you back memory lane so that people can know who Babachila is. In the 80s, the records are there, and I stand to be challenged. Babachila was one of those, and his likes were one of those who orchestrated the most heinous religious crisis in the north. Serious one in a place called Tugno, the current Lamode local government of Adamawa. Then Gongola State, now Adamawa State. It caused this barbaric religious crisis that it got to a point that many Hausa Fulanis were killed. So at that time, God used a man to reset the order in that place.
All right. Okay, first of all, there were complaints as to why Babachila is coming out to make the statement he's making. Let's agree that the counterclaim that Babachila demanded for 5 billion naira from Atiku, and Atiku says no. This is Fabi. Fabi is exposing the reason for Babachila outburst, and some people will say it's the same thing too with Kenneth Okonkwo, possibly because some certain arrangements were not given to him. That's why he's vituperating against Peter Obi. But let's agree that whatever it is Babachila said against Atiku, it is what it is, and that Babachila demanded for 5 billion naira. We're not there, so we don't know who is saying the truth or who is saying propaganda to defame each other. But here is the thing. Babachila that joined the ADC, if he knew all of this, if this were his perception about Atiku, why did he join the ADC in the first place? That's one. Two, on May 6, 2026, when Peter Obi left the ADC for the NDC, he called Peter Obi a hypocrite and a cunning man. He said Peter Obi was never fully in the ADC. He was the last person to join, but his heart was not fully there. So you made all this comment against Peter Obi. You remained in the ADC, then decided to come out after the primaries. You're now lambasting Atiku. Whatever it was you saw is what Peter Obi saw, and felt that he couldn't be part of the process and left to a place where he feels they will respect him enough to put him in the ticket. What were you thinking when you joined the ADC, and now you're making all these statements? Didn't you know that the ADC was formed for Atiku Abubakar?
Esther.
Sir?
I mean, I'm laughing because on this very, very station, a few months back, I was questioning, the sanity of Nigerians who, for some reason, thought that the ADC will be the salvation of Nigeria. That the ADC will come and save us from APC.
I remember.
You remember? And the reason I was doing that was because of this very common maxim. Everybody knows this saying now that, doing the same thing and expecting different results is the definition of Kolo. How can ADC, that is composed of the same characters that moved from PDP to APC to save Nigeria from PDP, how can that ADC saved Nigerians from APC. So these people, these characters, are the ones that will come and save Nigeria from APC with this joke, that this comedy that they are performing, in broad daylight. Excuse me, what kind of society are we? What kind of country are we? Shebi, this Babachiri Lawal.
Yeah.
Is he not the grass cutter man?
Yes. But he was cleared of all of those allegations. He said there were certain cabals who were not happy with his closeness with Buhari, and they were the ones who planned all the plan to remove him. That's some of them came to apologize to him.
Yes, that's true. So, but he's the one, Abi. He's the one. Okay. So, in other parts of the world, the former Senate climbs, because no climb is really sane anymore, given what we're seeing in America now, right? In former Senate climbs, such people will not come anywhere near public office again, whether that thing was true or not. In fact, the fact that anybody could have made that allegation against you will be basis for disgrace from public office. You will resign and you will quietly retire into private life, very quiet private life. You stay far away from public appearances and public office. But such people come forward and are accusing others of all sorts of things. That's one. Number two, ADC held primaries, direct primaries in this country. Are we joking? Excuse me, when was ADC formed? All the people that joined ADC from the different tendencies, that coalition, you mean they registered and they have voters register that has the signatures and the pictures of people and can be verified? Did INEC verify the register?
They have 3 presidential candidates.
I'm aware. So my point is that the whole thing is a charade. Me, I'm not surprised. I've said it publicly that the salvation of Nigeria doesn't lie here. Peter Obi discovered it very quickly and ran away.
Very quickly?
Well, quickly enough to escape before he got entrapped by the primaries, by the booby trap that they put in the Electoral Act. Because if he had participated in that primary, he will have to support Atiku now, whether he likes it or not. So he ran away. We'll see what will happen, with his candidacy in NDC and all of that. But I'm not surprised by anything that is happening. I'm not surprised by the accusations. I don't know whether Babachiri is telling the truth. I don't know if it's Atiku's team that is correct, whether somebody demanded 5 billion bribe.
No, but if you think about it,
you
knew what this
if you these guys are charlatans.
If you claim that this is the character or charisma of this man, Dumebi Kachuku came out to disclose what the ADC was all about. He even said, Peter Obi, don't let these people use you. They are using you to make their party very popular and trump people, let people join the ADC. So you knew, right? Then Peter Obi left. You berated him. You said he was a hypocrite. You said he was cunning. Then after the primaries, for some reason or the other, which nobody knows, you now discover that Atiku is a Fulani bigot. I mean, how do you want anyone to say you are sincere in your submissions with your previous utterances that do not seem to be correlating?
They're all charlatans. Even Dumebi Kachuku that you mentioned was the one, the rumors, we can't prove it, so we'll say allegedly was used by somebody to scuttle the ambition of Professor Kingsley Moghalu in 2023. I will never forget. Because Moghalu represented a different breed, the kind of people that I think we need in our politics in this country. Your kind of person,
he speaks like you.
He's a cerebral guy, and he's internationally traveled, exposed, knowledgeable, experienced, former deputy governor of the central bank. Every single checkbox that you want to check for a good president for this country.
That's a good record.
That guy takes it. But Kachuku conspired with some shady characters, supposedly, allegedly. I have to keep putting allegedly before somebody come and sue me. Allegedly. And scuttled that whole thing. They messed up the primaries in the ADC. And now, the same Dumebi Kachuku wants us to take him seriously about ADC. To his credit, he has stayed in the ADC for that long. So, he has the right to speak. It's his party. But my point is that they're all the same. And I can't take anything any one of them say seriously. Whether it's Atiku, whether it's Babachiri Lawalo, whether it's Amechi that claimed that the elections were rigged, whether it's Hayatuddin, who also agreed that the elections were rigged, they're all the same. They're all the same. And Nigerians, we need to wake up.
You think Tinubu is
we
lucky?
need to wake up.
Do you think Tinubu is lucky with the current crop of opposition persons?
We said it now. If the opposition cannot come together and coalesce those votes, those rigged, allotted votes of 2023, put them together and get them to rig it again in their favor, then they will lose. They will lose.
So you're saying Tinubu has entered 2027?
We'll see now. Because, you know, the reason I can't say so.
Why?
Is that I had some conversations with some friends, who are kind of connected here and there. And they seem to think, I don't agree, but they seem to think that Nigerians are tired and that Nigerians will vote President Tinubu out in 2027. I don't know where they are getting their delusions from, but I'm open-minded enough to entertain the idea, that because there are protests, let's not forget.
Talks on social media are different from real life.
No, there are protests.
You do know that Tinubu has supporters. I'm talking about when I mean supporters. Like, I'm not referring to APC. A lot of his supporters don't like APC.
I agree.
But they will do anything for him.
I have some of them as my very, very close friends.
You cannot logically reason with them. When it comes to Tinubu, they don't care.
I know.
So, if people keep talking on social media, it doesn't literally
but there are protests. There are protests on the streets of Nigeria right now as a result of insecurity.
Yes,
a lot of places where these things are springing up organically.
Yes.
And some people are theorizing that is, if something is not done soon, can snowball.
Okay, so let me give you
into the elections.
Let me give you an instance. What if all of a sudden, between now and December, between July and December,
the insecurity problem goes away?
Do you understand what I'm saying? The insecurity problem goes away.
Our military
becomes active. And Nigerian Air Force, you're seeing reports of decimation. Everywhere is okay. Don't you think the same Nigerians who are protesting now would forget?
I agree with you. And that's why I don't necessarily agree with those people who think that Nigerians are tired. I don't think we're tired enough yet. And I think, without necessarily making any predictions, but I've said it before, that unless the opposition coalesces behind one person, and I've even been bold enough to say that person is Peter Obi. I've said it. Not necessarily because I support Peter Obi, but because, just looking at the political calculations, that is the one figure that can unite the votes required to take on the ruling party. And I've also repeated consistently that I'm not saying this because I am against or for anybody. I just think that for good governance to happen, democracy must be entrenched. For democracy to be entrenched, there must be robust contest. A proper contest for the votes, the minds of the people must happen. And the only way that will happen is if we have a credible opposition fighting the ruling party, whoever those two entities might be. So I would have loved to see the opposition pick one person and then let them take on the ruling party, so that the ruling party will earn its right to office. But what we have now is, as usual, as expected and as I predicted, these politicians are too selfish. There is nothing, not one grain of altruism in them, not one grain of statesmanship in Atiku, not one grain, not one drop of statesmanship in his body, not one grain of statesmanship in the likes of all these guys. I can just be mentioning names, all of them, Amechi and Co. They are all charlatans who are just looking out for their pocket and their personal selfish interests. So it's not a surprise that they have all parted way. To your tent, Israel, Peter Obi is in NDC. Babachiri, who is supposed to be a stalwart of the ADC, has said he's going back to the farm. Well, we don't know what Amechi will eventually do. I guess
we heard that they've been discussions.
They've had meetings.
Deputize.
They've had meetings. I saw Atiku and him shaking hands and all that. So they will probably mend fences. And then what we'll now have is that Peter Obi and Kwakwanso, who the thing is still shaking somehow. But I think they will resolve whatever is going on.
Has come out to say that he's standing with Peter Obi and that they're strong together.
Yeah, so I think they will resolve it, for the elections. And what we will now have is that Kwankwaso and Peter Obi will put their power together. Let's not forget that Peter Obi's base has been a bit weakened by his own lack of charismatic leadership.
Well, why is that
his
so?
Inability to galvanize and keep the energy within the movement that brought him to the national limelight.
Some people feel that that's why Shore is angry, that Peter Obi is lucky to have the kind of vibrant, energetic supporters who can go all the way for him.
Yeah.
Let me give you an instance. A listener called my colleague this afternoon while she was doing the new Nigeria debate. We have that program Tuesday and Thursdays, and threatened her. But before she opened the phone lines, that Choma, don't talk about Peter Obi today. Threatened her, like seriously. And it's not the first time it's happened. It's happened more than 3 times. So you have such energy around this man.
Exactly.
These people have never met him before.
Exactly.
They've never seen him.
Exactly.
They don't mind using their last penny to support him. A lot of them.
And many of them are not Igbo. Contrary to what a lot of people claim.
They are not even in these political parties. The obedience of the supporters, they're not in any politics. They don't care about the politics. They just want a Peter Obi, and they feel that he's not taking advantage of that energy. What happened? Does he need to take a course on leadership?
No, it's his person. That's just who he is. You can't give what you don't have. And the man, by his ideology, he believes that things will be. He believes that he
believes in the system.
He believes that the system and the process will prevail at the end of the day, and if it does not, he's okay. That's why he tells you, "I'm not desperate." So
like all this Oyibo kind of politics.
I really don't know, but I'm just saying that unfortunately, since he has not been able to keep that force together, he has not been able to. The obedient movement is a bit fractured now. And therefore, I don't know whether himself and Kwakwanso can merge the votes that they got. And even if they do, it still will not be enough to defeat the votes that Tinubu got.
I mean, you need a national spread. Yes, Kwakwanso has strength.
Yes, he has some
but
strength
he needs
in the north, but
you
need others. So the only way, and I said it then, the only assured, guaranteed way, and it would have happened, they would have defeated the APC, is if Atiku, Kwakwanso and Peter Obi had stayed together under one platform, under one party, and had worked together. So rigging for rigging, aura for aura, they will win. But I knew that they would not stay together. I knew. And here we are today.
You knew they wouldn't stay together?
Oh, of course. Because they're selfish. Because this is the nature of Nigerian politics today. It's not about the people. It's not about the people. Let's not deceive ourselves. So it is what it is, and the likely outcome, hate me or like me, the likely outcome for 2027 is that Tinubu will win a second term. Unless Nigerians say no. So there is still a chance
for Nigerians
to say no. We have to get angry enough.
Or do you think the American, because there are talks that Trump is assessing Tinubu's records, the alleged criminal records, and this may impact his 2027 ambition?
Why?
Will that make any difference? That's what I'm asking.
I mean,
he's assessing the records. That Trump gave an award. There's an award on Nigerians, 5 billion naira, on anyone who can do a proper documentation of the genocidal killings right here. And there are also accusations on the lack of willingness of the government of the day to tackle this. They have names and all of that. They were the ones who released the Fulani ethnic militia and all of that stuff. So you have a lot of these Americans, Ted Cruz, Riley Moore, Mike Arnold, calling on Tinubu, calling him all sorts of names, and they're saying that this is the deadline for his records to be released. George has asked FBI and CIA to release all of those redacted records. No, it's in June. It's not. It's at the end of June, actually, 30th of June. Yeah. Okay. So they're saying that this could affect anything of his ambition for 2027. Do you think it's going to make any sense?
Breaking news: America does not care about you. America does not care about Tinubu. They don't care about Nigerians. Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, what's his name?
Yeah, Marco Rubio.
Mike Arnold, Riley Moore. They don't care about us. Look, let us not be fooling ourselves. There is no savior for Nigerians outside of Nigeria. There is no savior for Nigerians outside of Nigerians. right? All those guys are doing is they're playing politics. So all these things they're saying is their own local politics. So it's white Christian nationalism, and it is popular for those people to say that they are standing up for the defense of Christianity across the world. It is popular amongst their base for them to stand up for Israel. That's what you are seeing. Blink in the twinkle of an eye, they will move on to another subject. So I am not particularly, Trump doesn't necessarily care about Nigeria. I don't think that Trump is going to say, oh, in fact, the opposite will be the case. If you have a president who is compromised by some sort of record, do you think Trump does not? Why would Trump need to wait? Why do you think Riley Moore or Ted Cruz needs to wait for court ordered release of documents before they see? They are legislators. Do you know they all this redaction does not cover them. They will see anything. If the FBI has documents on this president,
they do actually.
If the
They've said
FBI,
it's their asset.
I understand. If the FBI or the CIA or the DEA or any other authority, the IRS, have documents on our president, Ted Cruz does not need a court order to see it. They don't need it. All they have to do is pass one small act, legislation, and they will see it unredacted. So my point is that they have access to those records and they haven't done anything. It is extremely unlikely. Anybody that is hanging on to any kind of funny hope that these people are going to get, when these records get released on June 30, some sort of action is going to be taken against. Look, it is in their interest for a person like that to be our president. It's in their interest because then they will be able to control him. They will be able to tell him what to do and he will say, yes, sir. So America is not in their interest for us to have a president who is independent, who was elected by Nigerians truly, who came into power off the wave of Nigerian energy. No, it's better for them to have somebody who rigged and who has a dark past. So anybody that is thinking that America will move against President Tinubu because maybe there's some sort of record somewhere, wake up! It's not going to happen.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking with Mr. Shegun Shopiton, such vibrancy. And I told you already that please send your messages on YouTube, VOP903 FM. For a lot of you who have smartphones, you can go onto your YouTube application, all right, on your device. Click on it. Once you click on the YouTube, go to the search bar, type VOP903. Once you click on it, you definitely see the home page. You see a red circle. That circle on the home page indicates that, you know, that's the current content, because you're going to see a lot of content. You can go on the live. You will see the current content here with the number of people watching it. So you can send your messages for us to read, because the WhatsApp is not going through. With the IT is working on it, okay? So the number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. That is a number to call. 080-3692-9933. All right. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. What's your name?
I'll remain anonymous.
Okay, what's the problem? Your voice is not loud, though.
I'll remain anonymous.
Please tell us your name. You can't remain anonymous, please.
AO.
Sir?
AO.
AO.
Yeah, please tell your guest that is his own opinion, because I disagree with him that Mr. P2B has followers.
Has what?
Peter Obi has followers, and all what he's saying is wrong. That is his own opinion and assumption. So he shouldn't be saying that.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. AO. And maybe some of you have comprehension issues. He did not say he doesn't have followers. He just says his key base may be weakened, and there is a fracture, you know, in his movement now because of a lot of issues or indices that has occurred from 2023 till now. So please, you guys should not just pick up what you like. I think he was saying that I'm wrong about saying Peter Obi has followers. That's what you're saying. That he has followers.
He says
no,
I'm wrong about
he said he
Peter
has
having
followers.
Oh,
that you should not be saying he doesn't have followers.
All right.
And I'm saying that you didn't say that. Okay. Yeah. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yes, Mr. Favor calling from Ejigbo.
Mr. Favor from Ejigbo. Please go ahead, sir.
Not Mr.
Hello? 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 Hello, Mr. Favor.
I said not Mr. Prince Favor.
Okay, Prince Favor. All right, Prince
Yes.
Favor. Sorry. Welcome.
My greeting to you, I guess.
Okay.
Greetings to you, sir.
Guy Shegu say Trump cannot save us.
He can't.
Why
Sorry.
why did I come and throw bomb on Nigeria on September 25?
He was playing his own politics, sir.
I said why you cannot go and come and throw bomb.
He was playing his own politics.
While Trump that support to protect life and property, he did nothing. Somebody from the US, how many are now almost 19 hours from here on the air, 18 to 19 hours on the air, come here and throw bomb to save to kill terrorists. He said he cannot save us. That man will come and save us, so. That man must come and save Nigeria. And tell your people that tell God to bless Nigeria to stop it. God should stop blessing Nigeria.
Prince Favor, I will be very happy if Trump saves us. So honestly, okay. I will be happy.
He must save us. So.
Amen.
Trump and Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu, let them come and save us. So. Amen. Because Tinubu don't have conscience. So.
I agree with you.
Tinubu wife na pastor. She know a conscience. So. My question I want to ask again: that woman have baby. Did she have a feeling of maybe she have her own son or daughter?
Which woman? Which woman?
Tinubu wife. Did she have a baby?
What has that got to do with what you want to say?
That more Jonathan wife would say there's God though. That more Buhari wife would say Kaba take over my government this, you know. But this one have not seen anything. Killing every day, Estamachuku. The baby they kidnapped there up to 3 years. He not died that place. And the woman was seen on air. I mean, sharing motor, sharing palette, sharing something. Telling people they say you play the people that come to their house, she treat them equal treatment. People that have children must have conscience. Tell their husband that you are doing, you don't know what you are doing. Tell your husband to tell the Nigerian army, police, them to.
Thank you very much. 08036929933. I would like us to come in and either make contributions that are intellectually edifying to the several topics that we analyzed this evening. I'm sure you guys must have enjoyed the take of Mr. Shegun, and if you actually have something to counter, intellectually put it out there. All right. Hello. Good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Ola.
Ola, calling from where, sir?
I'm calling from Surrey.
All right, please go ahead, Ola.
Oh, I really do thank God that you picked my call. I'm so happy that it's like Shokiton today. Maybe he enter public bus. For the first time that he has one little positive word to say that I'm really happy of. Okay. Well, why? I enter public bus today, and I always enter public bus. I'm telling you that there was a man, a driver that was putting on the PC, cap. And these 3 women got inside the vehicle. And when they enter, the next thing, the question they have already paid. They now saw the man. This was the young one among them. I said, Mommy, look at that man. Look at what he put on. And that person asked for it. And what they then told themselves that, supposing I...
Hello?
Cap, I wouldn't have.
Okay.
I wouldn't have entered this vehicle. So what am I trying to say? You see, Opita Obi now has more followers than 2023. Take it or not. He has more than anything that you can talk about. If this election will go the way we wanted it, forget it. Tinubu cannot get 200,000 votes.
All right, thank you for calling. Okay, 08036929933. 08036929933. Me, my concern is INEC. Mr. Shegun, people are complaining. They have their PVCs. They go there, they can't see their data. They can't see their profile. They've been sending a lot of messages since in fact, for the past 1 week. I've told them to go to their various INEC offices and revalidate. It's not funny. And up till now, INEC has not come out to address while all of those redundancies are taking place on the website.
Rigging usually doesn't happen only on election day. It happens before elections.
No, he has a lot of questions to respond to. He has refused to address these concerns.
And this man, who is now the chairman of INEC, is compromised.
Wow.
So,
I mean, it's your job as an institution to address these concerns. People cannot see their status anymore.
If Nigerians are serious people, would have gone out on protest for him to be removed.
Hello, good evening.
There we are.
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. How are you?
I'm okay. Good evening, Mr. Shopiton.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Shopiton, you have always been one of my favorite analysts. Even this your name, sir. I like it, sir. Shopiton.
Thank you, sir.
This is Martin Stramago.
Oh, welcome. It's been a long time.
My dear Esther, getting VOP is like a camel passing through the eye of a needle.
No verse.
Popular.
Seriously, but I thank God. I only pray that VOP will have more, adverts so that people have enough money to
so they will increase our salary.
Yeah. Seriously, I pray for Esther.
Sir?
The polity is highly tensed, heavily tensed. But we are believing God because the Ecclesiastes said there is always a time and season for everything. But the truth of the matter is that, because of time, I want to also remind my friend there, Mr. Shokuto, that from my own little analytical view and what I've been saying, Peter Obi have more people now queuing, on his side, because the regime of Tinubu has failed Nigeria in every aspect that it cut across. It's no more about the tribe now, about our religion. It cut across everywhere. From people I interact with one-on-one, from people I see on social media, from things that I'm hearing, from protests that are going on, unless whether the ruling government, this present ruling government, is going to use INEC, and they use them so much that they will be far worse than the last one, Mahmoud. Otherwise, any other thing they want to do, Nigerians are really ready to push out this government, because from all aspects, there is nowhere you can score him anything. Insecurity is increasing to the highest level that even you and I in Lagos now, we are still afraid that the thing has almost gotten here because of the news we're getting.
Yes.
Every part now, every part. And again, seriously, if you look at the alleged complicity of the military and those in the top, I keep wondering what is going on, because when we are forced to do NIN and all the rest, one of the things was that so that anything you say or make can easily be traced. But today, these people are flaunting everything on the social media and everywhere, and nobody's catching anybody. And you tell me that our government and the military are not complicit in this? I won't believe that, my brother. Seriously, this is not how a nation is run, and we can't continue like that. Like the man who was suggesting for a 6 years time, Bamidele. All these people, I just don't understand them. Seriously, how can you take a man when you give him 6 years on a stretch and he's not doing anything with it? How can you take him? One of the best things we have in our term of governance, this 2 term of 4 years, is still the best. Still the best. It's still the best, so that you can chase people either to reward or punish them, so that they also can brace up and try to do a little thing that will please Nigeria. Forget about the fact that Tinubu government seems to be very, very complacent about doing anything that will please Nigeria. But I tell you, by all standard, by God's grace, come 2027, we will show him the way out. That is it. God bless you.
All right, make una go get in our PVC. No be talk, no be mouth. Let me take some messages on YouTube. Onyeka, okay, Onyenike Abraham says, good evening, Esther. Thank you so much. God bless you. My name is Abraham from Oshodi, watching you live from Sakoto. Greetings to your guest. Official Chill Power says, this analyst is making sense. Absolutely nothing shocks me about Nigeria anymore. Ifomo KK says, good evening, Esther Wachuku. Good evening, Mr. Shokuta. You're one of my favorite analysts on VOP, always sincere and robust. Olori Collins says, Olori Collins Ogini. Kingsley Anore says, why don't Kingsley Anore, we're working on the radio garden, all right. Olani Ajayi says, nobody can predict. Let us wait till 2027 and see what our vote will do. If there is no rigging of the election, he will win. Big Move says, thank you so much, Big Moves. Tambaya Taiwo Esther, thank you. Okay, thank you so much. And obviously, the compliment to Mr. Shegun for his brilliant analysis. Mekudi TV show says, NDC political parties is scam. They conducted House of Reps and Senate primary elections over 3 weeks now. Up till now, the results is yet to be announced. Ogao Mekudi from Sijua Day Streets. All right, this person says, good evening, Esther. Your guest has said it all. It's now left for Nigeria to make a change next year, 2027. King Bankole from Ilupeju. Greetings, Esther, Mr. Shegun. If you recall the interview the Hajia said she had with Mr. President, where she said Mr. President said he had no blueprint, else he'll be stepping on several people's toes. This is from Ugo Desmond. All right, keep sending your messages on YouTube. I'll read it out. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
It's Wale from Bejuleke.
Wale from Ibejuleke. How is Ibejuleke today, sir?
It's only water every road.
All right. Wait, Pele, sorry. I don't miss that axis. Walai. Welcome. Oh.
Yes, sir. Yeah, thank God for your guest. At the same time, I think I will slightly disagree with him.
Okay.
Yeah. 2027, to be sincere, if the election will go the way it will go, by 3 o'clock, if Amo quit on, will not quit on for us, because they quit on for us 2023. We don't want them to quit on. Unfortunately, your guest is a quit on man too. Yeah, so nobody should quit on for us. If they will not quit on for us in time of glitch and all the rest, by 3 o'clock, somebody will be leaving us the rock. It's definitely sure. You got to know what is going on in Nigeria. You got to know. Just meet people. Meet 3 or 10 people. Meet between 5 or 10 people. Meet and discuss. You will know where Nigerians are going. Forget about this. All this is are saying, and that's why we are calling on our neck. What is happened to our voters card? They have not answered us up till now.
I swear.
They have not answered us till now. And that's why me I have issue with opposition. All this our opposition. What are they talking about this thing? Have they checked their O2? Because majority of people are not seeing their information on ANEC portal, and we are not hear anything. To me, this is where the game lies, because it is only the vote you cast you will be able to defend. It's only the vote you can't be able to defend. Go and defend the vote. If I get there that day, I can't cast my vote. I won't defend anything. Because I didn't vote. They should help us, please. Then Mr. Quiton, let's put mouth in this matter. Please, sir, we are begging.
All right, so Mr. Shegun Shokwitan, please tell Amokwitan to Quiton the ANEC website. Abi.
The feedback is taken.
The feedback is taken.
I'm also part of civil society, so we can.
Please tell them. Quiton them. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Esther Machuku.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. My name is Nnamdi, calling from Ejibo.
Mr. Nnamdi, see how you called me like my uncle. Mr. Nnamdi, welcome.
Yeah, please, I want to use this opportunity to advise all the Ebonians. Let nobody to use 1 naira, 2 naira to deceive them. Because of what the Minister of Minister Dave Omai, the Minister is saying concerning President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, what he's saying, because of he said that Tinubu is the Messiah of Biafra. I want to use this opportunity to tell them, let nobody use 1 naira, 2 naira to deceive them. Please, this is what I want to contribute tonight. Thank you very much.
All right. So, Mr. Shegun, you do know that there are major supporters of Tinubu in the Southeast. The only thing is that they are not talking on social media. They are galvanizing for him.
I mean, look, Nigerian politics is a funny one. If you say major supporters, if you mean amongst the political class,
yes, amongst the political
class, I will agree with you, because politicians typically, especially in this part of the world, they're looking out for what they will get. But if you are talking about the people, and at the end of the day, a politician can only control so many votes. Right. So if you are talking about the people, forget.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Sobuto.
Good evening, sir.
This is Mayor from Preston.
How are you, Mayor?
I'm fine, though.
Mayor, now you where they come for our studio, Abi?
Which day? I don't come to the studio before.
Okay,
now,
that means it's the other mayor. All right, go ahead.
No, there was a day I came to collect a book from
No, we've invited you for analysis now. Not be you.
But it was Chioma that I met.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Mayor.
You see, the issue is that I disagree with Mr. Sobuto in the area of having a free win again, because, like somebody said, this government has peppered everybody. That's all the truth. Whether you are rich or if it doesn't affect you in cash, it will affect you in insecurity. And in insecurity, it will affect you in buying diesel at almost 2,000. So everybody has seen it. My point now is that this man cannot have a free ride. I mean, the current president. Because somebody said, if votes were to be counted, even he should be talking about maybe number 4, number 5, because I don't think any person will vote for him. Anybody that is voting or supporting him means the person is an enemy to himself. Because the person, somebody that will see something that's going to kill you, maybe insecurity, you can't travel on Binia Asaba, can't travel on freely, you can't travel to North, to Abuja. The person is against himself. So for me, I think somebody should tell Amupita, because it's not going to be business as usual. Nigerians are hungry and angry. That is the truth. And people are like that man was saying about people that carried him on the bus with a big cap. People are ready to end it once than dying gradually. Because if this man comes back in 2027, more people are going to. Yes, I always call it my Pabi. People are going to be quiet. And it's better for people to stand their ground and say, no, we cannot wait and quiet gradually. So let's if not quiet, let them quiet by the same time. So it will be a very dangerous thing if he sits, the president, because I'm sure it will be ready that but they are going to use.
All right, Mayor, thank you very much. Like I told you, we're streaming live on YouTube, so you can send your messages there at VOP903 FM. You see the red button there, click on the live, you see us streaming live. So Samuel Mweke says, good evening, Esther Wachuku. The problem of this country is fundamental. The constitution has to be thrown to the dustbin and people's constitution written. All right, Uche says, good evening, Esther and your guest. I beg Nigeria matter, don't tire me. I pray Donald Trump comes to our rescue. Samuel from Papa, is there?
Papa Joe.
Really?
Yep.
There's a place called Papa Joe?
Yep.
Where?
Somewhere around Apapa Oshodi local.
Wow. Interesting. All right. Good job, Esther Obiajurum from Bucknell State. Thank you. Esther, please read Barrister Darlington for me. Esther, are you hearing me? John Ogbonna, I am hearing you. Okay. Mr. Shogo is spot on. This is Uche Chris on the opposition has lost it with Atiku in the race. Again, there's no help from us or US. Our destiny is in our hands. They win. Mekudi, I've read your message before. Adeyemo Akiolu. Good evening, Esther. Today, I try to speak well of Tinubu as being taught in our church as a good Christian, but as I was, but I was looking stupid as I was talking. I'm sorry. I could hear myself. Sorry. I'm sorry for laughing.
It's funny.
Okay, my menu, sorry. All right, okay. This Ademo, please, you're a true Christian. As a child of God, please do that. Possibly the Lord will change his heart and he'll do the needful, okay? Olumide says, I believe that Peter Obi would have more voters, but won't spread nationally, especially in the north. He needs extraordinary forces to destroy their machinations and work more on the core north. All right. Emerson JTV says Shokota on fire this evening rush. Kudos to him. Also, Ubedoji says Tinubu will still win unless the opposition parties and groups galvanize together to avoid splitting of votes. Another thing to do is to monitor INEC and security agencies. Effects Care says, Esther, please read my message. What's happening to our status on INEC site? I can't find my name. You just heard me talk about it. INEC has not given us an update as regards to that. You're not the only person that have been complaining. I check my status every day. Oh. Please be checking your own. I check every day. I did check. Good evening, Esther. No one in Nigeria is okay, so please stop asking people, how are you? Okay, I have to ask me. Maybe no, I have to ask. Hey? Chris Umwafo says, Papa Jao is around Mushi. Okay. All right, well done. Muna Chimso says, from Vatican, Chief Don Mayor from Italy. All right. Dada Dayo says, anyone that came through vote buying, Agbero intimidation, cash and carry INEC and judiciary cannot be accountable to you. It's like putting Agbero in a vote of a central bank. It will loot it aground. All right. Mr. Shagun should not give excuses for our rulers who are incompetent and lack the willpower to perform within 4 years. 6-year term it's no. Alex Oti is typical and a good example of 4-year term. Esther, our only problem is Amupito. If it could only be neutral, we'll get it right. Chibuzo. All right. Chibuzo, well done. Peter Ewuru says, good evening, Esther. I want to use this medium to encourage everyone, obedient fans and supporters, not to relent as we need to vote out this present government. Ororo Arara says, Mr. Shogun, my favorite, I too like you. I thought I could see your face, but Esther Ororo from Iobo, you can see his face. Please show Mr. Shogun's face. Oh, show Mr. Shogun's face. I want to see his face. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Chopiton.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, okay. I've been trying to get through, and finally, I'm here. My name is Ugo, and I'm calling from Sublime Town, Lagos.
All right, Ugo, welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so I wanted to commend Mr. Oshopito for his analysis and all that he said. It was very, very logical and very understandable. But then there's a little place I want to deviate where he mentioned that U.S. is not having the interest of Nigeria. That is concerning the issue of revision of the president's record, which is built to be released by this month ending. So what I want to say there is that for the much I know about American foreign policy, yes, Mr. Chopito is right to say that U.S. is not going to act in anybody's interest apart from the U.S. interest. That they always say that it is America first. Therefore, what Nigeria will do with such record, if it is released, is a business of the people of Nigeria. If America decides to release this information, and it is something that runs contrary to the laws of Nigeria, and the people see that this thing is something that they can use to maybe to say that they don't want such a person to be their president, it is up to Nigeria. I've never for once think that the U.S. will just come out the way to come and change things for us. But U.S. could, as much as I believe and as much as I know that the U.S. to the large extent always want to stand at least at the right side of the event, at least, but putting their American interest first, which is normal. Every responsible government should put their national interest first. But then, if such an information is given to Nigerians, it is for us. If we have not gotten angry enough to take to the streets to say that this man is not supposed to be our president if he has such a record. Okay, we have seen for the past 3.5 years, we have been living in bondage from all directions, from economy to security, from cost of living to cost of petroleum products and everything. Before under Buhari, we were saying that things were bad. We never knew that is going to be this way. So now it is up to us to take a decision to know exactly what we want to do with the things that we have been handed up to. America has said, for example, that insecurity in Nigeria is targeted at a certain section of Nigerians. Now it is up to those people to rise up and do something about it. America is not going to come here and put boots on the ground and start to fight Nigerian army or the president or whoever because things are happening in Nigeria. It is up to us, Nigerians.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Actually, a very good submission. Do you agree with some of his
submissions? I agree with most of what he has said.
Okay.
We'll just hope for the best. If America, one very quickly, if America actually releases documents that show, for example, let's hypothetically assume that the thing comes out and we discover that the man that is our president currently has a criminal record and served jail time. Our constitution is expressly clear that you cannot be an ex-convict and be a president or in fact hold any political office. But the question is, what do we do with that? Because he's already there.
But that thing invalidates.
Can he be impeached?
It invalidates what they expressly signed in the Electoral Act.
Absolutely.
It doesn't go in consonance with the Constitution.
Absolutely. So the question is that will create a constitutional crisis in Nigeria, and then the question is, how will that be resolved? So I think that America, knowing that, it's extremely likely that if such a record exists, they won't release it.
They won't release it,
yes,
Abby.
But let's see how it plays out.
Hello, good evening. Thank you for your patience, sir.
Esther, you're wasting my credit.
No verse. Sorry. Mabinu, sorry.
Good evening, Esther.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Hello. Esther.
Sir, welcome. Yes, I can hear you. What's your name, sir?
This is Mayor from Ikotegbe.
Okay, Mayor. Okay.
When you said that if people will win, and many people have break, I'm telling you, many people don't speak this stage. When people will respond to power, many people have to break, I'm telling you, they don't sleep because everybody wants that one out of office. The more you say you will win, like, I make people uncomfortable. Please, I beg you people, I beg. You don't deserve another chance, so I beg you. I beg you. Have a day off. I beg. He will win.
You don't be coming with the
beg. I beg. When we are set to enter our hope, we will be hope with that more and more. You will win.
I pray we pray that the best outcome for Nigerians will happen, but if we don't want him to win, we need to do our part.
Okay, we don't hear. Anugo 08036929933. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine.
Please turn down the volume of your radio very quickly, okay? Hello.
Off the radio.
Yes, well done. What's your name?
My name is Austin.
Austin, how you doing?
I do fine.
Welcome.
Mr. Shobita, good evening.
I greet you, Mr. Austin.
Mr. Anchester.
Sir?
I want to tell you one story. So I try to cut them short, whether you understand them. There was a country which have a president, and that president listened to the people very well. And in that same country, there was a governor who also is now a president. During that era, this governor was under this president, and this president was so nice, but people say that there was corruption there. Now, this president wanted to contest for another election again to re-elect him. So the governor now said that everybody should convert, they shouldn't allow those who have temporary voters card to vote, that they should do permanent voters card. The president now agreed. Do you know what the governor did? He deprived some people from getting their permanent voters card. And when it was the day of election, those people doesn't have a permanent voters card did not vote. And that governor now is the president of this country now. And now that governor is the same person that appoints the INEC chairman. And also about 30 governors are now under him. What do you think is going to happen? And people are crying out that they did not see their PVC. They cannot find their statue. Even me myself, I'm trying to change my location to where I'm living now. I can't do it. So what do you think will happen in 2027? Thank you. Good night.
Interesting story.
Don't be the president. Don't be the governor. That's not president.
Yes.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, VOP. Good evening, sister.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Evening, sir.
My man of the man.
All right. Welcome, sir.
We greet you, sir.
My name is Elder Charles.
Elder Charles, welcome, sir.
I'm calling from Nigeria.
All right. Please go ahead.
From all you have been, I'm a good listener of you. You see, what baffles me in this government, I read this afternoon, where 200 trillion has been borrowed in less than 4 years. And where is the money? 210 trillion missing. Where is the money? All the whole thing Baba taught us in 1993, that is our right, today becomes a problem. Becomes a reason. The time said protest is your civic right. Today, if you protest, they will take you to a prison felon and go to jail. Because I said it the other time, when Baba was coming to power, I was very happy. Look at it. What are we doing? 8 soldiers headed at the head. Not even nobody should concern. Our flag was not even reduced to shoot. Nobody is talking about that. They are people children. My brother, my cousin brother, the only son he had was buried in February this year. He was killed in Sokoto. And the only son. And the man at 50,000. Nothing was nothing. So where are we going? Please, you make me pray. God will help us to get out of this life.
Amen.
God will help us to get out of this life. We are tired. I remember vividly when I was in school, when I got burnt. We went there from a cockeye from Yabadi said, much that nobody against us. Nobody. On 2012, when we had nobody against them. But when you try any little move, even if it is 2 years straight, they will against them. Why is he preaching opposite of what he taught us 1993? That's my question.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Sorry for your loss.
So the president, to portray that he means his words, recently tweeted, and he says, when I placed the renewed hope agenda before Nigerians, I did not speak in housing, or I did not speak of housing in vague terms. I gave my word that this administration would work to make decent homes affordable again, and that a hardworking family, after years of paying rent, would finally have a path to a house of its own. So here is it. The president says, we promised a program built on a national scale, 100,000 homes in all, with 50,000 in the first phase through cities of 1,000 units in every geopolitical zone and the Federal Capital Territory, and the states of up to 500 units in the remaining 30 states. What stands today is actually no longer a drawing. They broke ground on more than 3,000 homes at Kasana in Abuja. 2,000 unit city at Ibejuleki in Lagos has reached advanced completion, with sales already underway, and across the country more than 15,000 units are rising as I write this. A house does not begin at its walls and will refuse to govern as though it did. We promise to confront the foundation, the tools, and the cost of building itself. So we have moved to title land that sat for generations as dead capital. So the president is saying the renewed housing agenda across all the states are commenced, and they're almost in completion. Remember that Bayo Nanuga said very soon they will invite journalists for a tour on all the projects that Tinubu has been able to achieve since 2023. So I would like to know what your take is. And if some of you already seen these housing estates, give us a testimonial of how they look like. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Yes, sir.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
This is Kunle, first time caller. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Hey, where's my bello? Kunle Mabinu, welcome. Let me clap for you. Welcome, Kunle.
Let me jokingly say, I was with her and Mr. Shokwitan. They sound alike.
Yes, so they sound alike.
Don't be my brother. I don't know.
They sound alike. But my own contribution is, can we really get a Saint INEC chairman? Because it seems to me that every time we this issue of INEC chairman, you remember Maurice Iwuna during the time of Obasanjo, And up to date, nobody really trusts any INEC chairman. I mean, that position is not the position I can tell any of my family to take over. Because you cannot take that position and people must criticize it politically. So I don't know, when are we going to get a sense INEC chairman? That's just my question. Maybe Mr. Shokut and his brother who should be able to answer that question. Thank you, Esther.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
The day that the president does not appoint the INEC chairman, that day we'll get an independent chairman.
Exactly.
For now, just take it as you see.
And unfortunately, it's in the constitution.
It's constitutional.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Esther.
How are you?
Yeah, my name is Mark.
Mark, welcome. Mark, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All right. I'm fine. Please go ahead.
Yeah. I greet your guest too.
I greet you, namesake.
Yeah. So, Esther, I want to agree with your guest.
All right. What area, sir?
In so many areas.
That's good.
In so many areas.
Okay, just highlight the areas, Mark.
So, in the area of eliminating terrorism in 6 weeks, that is completely false. No country on earth can eliminate terrorism in 6 weeks.
I didn't say eliminate.
It can never happen. It will never happen, and it can never happen. In 6 weeks, it will never happen. Okay. GDJ that we talked about, GDJ never eliminated Boko Haram in 6 weeks. It didn't. Remember that when this terrorism started under GDJ, there was a lack of capacity. There was a lack of weapons. The first thing it did was to fly an aeroplane, rather a private jet belonging to a certain pastor, remember, in South, Orishajafo, with raw cash. He had to fly that plane to South Africa to go get weapons. And at the end of the day, the airplane was seized. He couldn't get the weapon. Then he had to hire foreign mercenaries from South Africa to come fight Boko Haram here because we lack the capacity. We lack everything. So he had to look outside. And when they came, during the election period, they pushed Boko Haram up. Not that they eliminated them. They pushed them up. And let me shock you. Even during the election, on March 28th, about 15 people were killed in a voting center in Gombe during the election period. Election happened in March. In May, Boko Haram also attacked a number of communities in Borno. When it was handed over in May, there was also an attack by Boko Haram. So they were still alive. Let me tell you something. Boko Haram in March 2020, in March 2015, they pledged alliance to ISIS. And that was when they changed their name from Boko Haram to ISWAP. That was when we have ISWAP. When they hired foreign mercenaries to come and fight, Boko Haram also changed their strategy and they transitioned from Boko Haram to ISWAP. So, and when they changed to ISWAP, they intensified attacks in whole northern Nigeria. A lot of people were kidnapped in Mate, in April. Girls and women were kidnapped. So the narrative that it defeated Boko Haram in 6 weeks is completely false. Completely false. If not because of lack of time, I've told you what this president is doing in building military capacity right now that previous presidents have failed to do. But because of lack of time, I'll not be able to go into all that.
All right,
okay?
Mark.
And
Thank
I want
you.
to tell you something. Oh my goodness. There's lack of time. I don't like this. I want to dismantle all these narratives.
All right,
it's
Mark.
not true.
Tomorrow is
There's a
still
lot
there.
to say
You can continue.
about the debt,
And you can send
about the
messages
debt of
as
the
well.
country. What
All right.
we did not borrow 200 billion naira.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
You cannot change reality. No matter who you support, right? You must not try to rewrite history. We were in this country, and it is, look, Google is your friend. Anybody that is doubting it, just check the historical reports 2014 into February 2015. The news is there. It's not something that can be erased. So whether the gentleman that called agrees with me or not, because for some reason we want to present the problem as some intractable problem, it's a lie. The problem is not as intractable as we would like to make it sound, because we have somebody in office who we maybe support and we want to give him a free pass. That's all I'm hearing. The issue can be tackled, and there is evidence of history. You can't unwrite it, you can't undo it, and I challenge anybody that says that what I'm saying is not correct to come and establish it. Go online, Google it, and see what happened.
Okay, so
it's something that we lived through.
The president believe that he's really trying.
The supporters of the president believe that the problem is so difficult, it's going to take time. He's doing it. What has he done? The last, when bandits kidnap those school people, criminals, terrorists, whatever you want to call them, when they kidnap people in Niger State, and the president gave marching orders to the military that they should mobilize and move troops to that place. What happened? This was almost 3-4 months ago. Where are we now? See, the problem that I have is that we cannot continue to paint a picture of hopelessness as if this thing is impossible to solve.
Exactly.
It's not true.
Mr. Shegun, do you
it's
know?
not true.
You know the 8 soldiers that were beheaded?
Goodness me.
Do you know that a relative of one of the slain soldiers confirmed to Sahara reporters the incident via WhatsApp message? He says it was repentant terrorists on Monday that ambushed and killed those 8 soldiers, despite restrictions on media coverage of attacks and other violent crimes allegedly perpetrated by bandits in Kaduna. A relative of one of the slain soldiers confirmed the incidents via WhatsApp. Apparently, the families of the deceased soldiers are still mourning and are yet to receive official notification from the Nigerian army authorities. They're saying it was the repentant terrorists, because I was wondering how they were precise in beheading those soldiers. How did they know where they were staying?
It's so sad, that we're reading.
And the Nigerian chief of army, the chief of army staff made a statement that they have categories of these repentant terrorists that they reintegrate into the society.
Look, the problem of insecurity is going out of control. It's snowballing out of control. And somebody is telling me that the president is doing one thing. What are we talking about?
Why can't they dissolve?
What are we talking about?
Why can't they dissolve that reintegration, eradication, and whatever, and rehabilitation? Why can't they dissolve that? They catch these terrorists and they keep them. And do you know this recent terrorist, the one in Kwara, Mr. Shekun, the one in Kwara, do you know what they are demanding? That they should free some of their people.
I read
if you
about
catch these guys and you buy them on the spot, why would these guys have opportunity to be asking for their will to be released?
Typically, look, these guys are enemy combatants, and ordinarily when they get apprehended like that, it won't be unheard of if they just
What do you mean? You
don't show them mercy. Do what you need to do.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you, sir? Welcome.
I'm fine.
What is your name?
My name is Ephraim, calling from Surulere, Lagos.
Mr. Ephraim, is this your first time calling?
No.
All right, welcome, Mr. Ephraim. Please go ahead.
I greet you, I guess.
Yeah, Mr. Shokwitan. I'm Shokwitan.
Esther.
Sir?
Esther.
Sir?
Please help me beg that Mark. Let him come to your studio so that he will be able to educate us more.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Mark, please, can you come on also, Democracy Day? We're having a major broadcast on Democracy Day, 12 to 3 p.m. The entire news and current affairs team will be having a very big day on the 12th of June. I think this Friday. Democracy Day. We have a special broadcast on Democracy Day.
Yes, I will be happy. Then another thing is, when I hear people talking, I think saying the China chairman income. That is why I don't care even to call until I started hearing the analysis of your guest.
This name. What are we going to do about this name now?
Mr. Shokwitan.
No, the chairman available.
My sister.
Sir.
I want to, if I should have my way in the Nigerian National Assembly, I should have given IOP. I should have given DOP, the Nigerian Orientation Agency. I should have proposed for that.
Really?
Any person who is hearing your voice and could not learn anything is a dullard.
Chai.
You people have tried a lot. As you're listening to your program, it's only that sometimes to get to your station is not easy.
No verse.
You people have actually tried.
Thank you.
May God bless you. May God bless Darlington. May God bless you, analyst today. He has made my day.
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much.
People, let us not relent.
Yes, sir.
One day is one day. We will retrieve our Nigeria, our nation back.
Amen.
All right. Thank you so much.
They will not succeed.
Yeah. All right.
That issue. But what I want to ask Esther.
Sir?
Why is it that these people don't hear our voice?
No, they hear. You have no one. Hey, see, there are some things
because we are clamored. We clamored a lot.
See, they hear.
Nothing will happen.
See, walai talai. I'm not lying to you. Let me not speak Hausa now. They hear. See, you don't understand. There are some things we can't say here. They hear. Don't worry. Maybe one day I'll whisper to you privately. They hear. Okay. They hear. Thank you very much.
It's all right. Have a nice day.
You too, sir. Trust me, they hear. And if they're not hearing, you will not be hearing some of the changes and efforts, at least, that they are using to shake their body to do. So trust me, they hear. They hear. All right, let me read some messages. George Odunayo says, INEC chairman is growing fat on the nation's resources. Mr. Shegun, I think they went to, is it South Korea or something like that, to check out their electoral. And I saw that man, I said, God. To me, see he now wow, and you know those people, they can do all this health eating. They'll just be looking, so who is this person? And they're so curious about those guys. All right, Dada Adedayo says, anyone defending this lack of capacity, incompetence, wasteful, corrupt ineptitude, lackluster government that has nothing to offer but lies, eye service, propaganda, hypocrisy will look stupid. It's a shame. All right, Esther, you said something very important, that Tinubu supporters are not on social media. That's why Obi will win second time on social media. Dami Otumba, well done. Good. Taiwo Adebayo says, good evening, Esther, Mr. Shegun. You're doing a great job. I want Mr. Shegun to address what may likely happen about the ADC case that is in court if Atiku loses. Taiwo from Ejigbo.
If Atiku loses.
Two.
Well, look, I don't want to make any predictions anymore with regards to Nigeria's judiciary and Nigeria's politicians. Please, let's just wait it out and see what happens.
Ife says, Esther to love. Okay, thank you for your compliment. Olani Ajayi says, let me quickly remind you that President Olusegun Obasanjo. Hey. I will not read this one out though, because A.B. Jones says, hearing Mr. Mark struggling to defend this colossal failure of a regime is very annoying. Hello, good evening.
Hey.
Admoma, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Good evening, ma. If you bury Saturday, I go call yesterday. I call. You know.
Sorry.
Don't become a fan, even if you go pick them, but don't go house. You know, making it and down one at all.
No, don't worry. On Thursday, if you call on time, you will talk to Barrister. Thank you.
Uncle Chege, good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
But my brothers, where they call you, I'm okay to brother.
God the same way.
Well done.
Thank you.
You are trying so much for us. You are trying so much. We really appreciate.
Thank you, sir.
Man. So you see, if you see how on our boat, you for Kekemarawa for boss or everywhere we want to go for all the who know, you never hear, don't they hear? Who never see, don't they hear? When they try for us, when I really the voice of people. All right.
What is your name?
Austin. If catch Austin here.
Austin, they catch you. This guy, they follow us already. Thank you very much. Austin is very stubborn. Sometimes so I always call him on air. And all right, final call for this evening. Hello.
Hello, Esther.
How are you, sir? Mr. Shola.
Yes, good evening, Esther.
You're wrapping up with us today. Welcome.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
My own question is that I just spoke Nigerians know what they are up against. The same man that said he doesn't believe in one Nigeria. The same man that said recently that it was tough when he was contesting. Is it now that is there? Can you remember I made that statement? All the signals are out there to let us know that it is a do or die for him. So it is for social media warriors and those that can talk on radio to know that we are up against the powers of you. This coming election. Let's get it. Let's be caught. Let me add up with that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shola. The final caller this evening. KY07X says, good PM, Esther and everyone. Mr. Shokito, thanks for your unbiased, truthful, thorough, bitter truth to swallow. You are so outspoken and intelligent. You remind me of my late dad, K from Lagos. This one's an infectious laugh. Well done to your analyst. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Mr. Shagun. You see, I always say it. People like you, I'll just put straw and be drinking your brain.
Are you a vampire?
To add to my
vampire. Somebody should come and save me from studio.
What's your final take today?
I think that the main thing is just for Nigerians to understand that it's a difficult journey ahead.
Very true.
And that if we want better, then we have to be ready to stand up and fight. Whoever you want to vote for the person. I don't care who it is. Defend your vote, fight for it. Make sure that they can't rig. So whoever it is that you support, you agree with me, you don't agree with me, just go out and vote. If you haven't gotten your voter's card, go fight for it.
Exactly.
If you're having any problem, quickly send out a tweet. Please, if you're having a problem with regards to your voter ID, send out a tweet.
They've been tweeting, Mr.
Send out a tweet. We are going to compile it. Copy. Go on social media. I'm at Shegun Shokweton all over. Copy it. Put it down. Whether Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, just put it out there. We'll compile and we'll reach out to INEC. I have a platform that can do that. Yes, okay. Legitimately.
Thank you very much.
So please, we don't joke with our franchise because that's our power.
That's our power.
Without that, everything is lost. And at what they're trying to do now is they're preparing the grounds for voting for rigging.
Exactly.
You know, up to now, we can also be smart and start resisting them from now.
They refuse to say anything about it, sir. Up to today.
So the voices in civil society can compel them to speak. We can compel them to speak. So that's why I'm saying let people talk, so that we can compile it and say these are Nigerians. What's going on?
That's very imperative. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a round off on the conversation this evening. My name is Esther Wachiko, and obviously my guest this evening is Mr. Shegun Shokwita, and we had quite a healthy conversation today. We actually have a special broadcast on June 12th, Democracy Day. We're going to be talking about the history of Nigeria's democracy, and if indeed Nigeria is practicing democracy. We're going to be looking at some historical context, what we currently have as a democracy, and what the future holds if we continue with this trajectory. We're going to be bringing seasoned analysts. We'll bring a historian. We'll also bring some professors right here in the studio that will give us live examples of how Nigeria has suffered, and especially figures who are now in the polity doing what they had always denounced about our democracy. What changed? What happened? And who should Nigerians look forward to uphold this democracy that we claim we're practicing? Are we practicing democracy? Is it a kakistocracy? Is it a militocracy? What kind of democracies particularly is Nigeria currently on? So on June 12, we're having a special broadcast from 12 till 3 p.m. and I would implore you to tune in. It's going to be quite a robust conversation. All right, do have yourself a wonderful evening. Bye for now.